Hey, what's going on everybody? Thanks for tuning in to this video. Today I want to talk about 5 simple and easy tips that'll help you shoot more doves this dove season. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Tip number 1, your hide. Your hide is probably going to be your most important thing when hunting this upcoming season. You want to make sure that you're not sitting out in the middle of the field. Let's not forget, dove have really good eyesight, so they're going to be able to pick you off just sitting out there all by your lonesome. So what I would do is I would find cover, and what I mean by cover are trees, brush, shade can work really well, and fence lines and fence posts. If you're able to nestle yourself in and break up the outline of your body, that will be a really key feature for you to shoot more doves. Tip number 2, shot selection. Now, one of the funny things I see out there more often than not are guys shooting 100-yard shots and they have a modified choke in. It doesn't make any sense to me. Use the appropriate choke and know how far your birds are before you start blasting away. Number 1, it's not ethical, and number 2, you're just wasting money. Even if you do hit a bird 80 yards away, it's going to be pretty tough to find it, and he'll probably fly off with pellets in him. On the flip side, what I would not do is shoot an extra full at a bird that's 10 yards away. You're just going to blow them to feathers. The whole point of hunting is so you can eat your birds. So just know your range and know your limitations. And the next thing is to know your birds in your area and know their patterns and behaviors. What I mean by that is learn where the roost is, learn where the food is, and learn where the water is. If you know these 3 key elements, the key elements to life for just about everything, you'll be successful. Some common food sources for dove are millet, milo, corn, sunflowers. Those are some pretty basics that they love to flock to. And then the next thing is know where your water source is. Hunting over water can be really fun at times, especially hunting over tanks or small ponds. I've had really good success about doing that. So find out where that's at. And the last thing, know where the roost is at. I'm not saying go up and shoot them out of their nest. That's not right. What I am saying is know where the birds are flying to and from. Learn that flight path. If you know where they're flying, you can set up along the way to take some passing shots. And if you can do all this before the season, that would be best. It's part of scouting, part of knowing your area. And another way to find these birds is looking towards telephone pole lines, fence lines, and gravel roads. Quick note about gravel and sand is that doves need to be eating small little pieces of gravel and sand to help them digest food. So those are some really good areas and places to look when you are scouting for birds. Tip number 4, be adaptable. What I mean by that is a lot of times I'll find myself out in the field all by myself and I see birds landing all the way around me. I can see them flying, I can see them landing, but if I just sit still, I'm not going to kill anything. So be adaptable. Don't be afraid to move spots. Don't be afraid to go jump shoot birds. If you do jump shoot and you're with a group of friends, make sure you talk about a plan beforehand. Don't want anyone to get hurt. Just make sure you're being safe about it. And tip number 5, hunt low pressure times. So opening weekend can be very busy. It gets very crowded. There's a lot of guns in the field and a lot of shots flying through the air. The birds start to get a little bit educated as these few days go on. So they're going to start avoiding these high pressure areas and start going elsewhere. As you get more into the middle of the week and as the season goes on, they start to realize, hey, I'm not getting shot at much, so I think it's safe. If you can find a middle of the week day to take off from work, you can have some really good success. I had several limits last year by taking sporadic days off during the work week. The longer you go into the season, the less pressure that there's going to be. Most guys are getting ready for deer season, so dove hunting is really not on their mind. There's less guns out there, less shots flying through the air. So the longer you go into September and October, the better it can be. And let's not forget, at least here in Texas, we have the second split of dove season. It usually runs December and January. You do have to check the dates, make sure you're hunting in season. but that can be really good as well. You got a lot of migrators coming from up north and they haven't been shot at in a while. So you can have some really, really successful days as you enter that second split. Thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to give a few quick tips for this upcoming dove season, and I hope you'll have a great one. Catch you later.